Hello again, YouTube. Kingpin of Cinema and my cohort/minion, QB999, and sometimes special someone.
Not by choice.
It's never by choice.
Well, we're back with our Mass Effect reviews for 1 and 2. Now, we were saying about the mining problems we had in the first one, where it didn't really seem to attribute to anything, but it was easy. And then the second one, it attributes to a lot, but it's very time-consuming. So I kind of wish in the third one they'll find a middle ground for that.
Yeah, where you can have it where it's essential, but it doesn't take. You don't feel like you're grinding hours on these goddamn planets getting resources.
Now, there's only one other complaint I have about the first one that they did fix in the second one. And that's the autosave function. This one does it when you basically go through any door. This one, however, you better learn how to save yourself, because there would be times where I would drop down to a planet on the Mako, go through a bunch of different stuff, find materials, do a couple of side missions on the planet, get to the very end, die, and have to go back and restart from the beginning, which wasted about half an hour.
Yeah, you don't want to ever be stingy with saving in either game. But what I love about all the save states is like getting to like a really awesome part where like dialogue sequence. I always kind of like to have a save state there, and that way I can revisit those parts and be like, yeah, that part was really funny. Let's watch that again. The one thing I really liked that they improved in number 2 was that they brought in a lot more characters that you can have relationships with. In the first game, you only had like 3 characters, and that was if you were female. In this one, there's like a total of 7. 3 for if you're male, 3 if you're female, and then 1 for both. And that just brings another level of fun. But this kind of leads into the fact that another thing that makes these games so great is that there's choice. You choose how you want to play your character.
And these choices do matter. The choices from the first one highly affect the second game.
Yeah.
If someone dies in here, you're not going to see him in here.
And if somebody dies in that one, you're not going to see him in number 3. So choice really does matter. When you're talking to people and the things you're saying, it has a lasting impact. And another thing that I really like about the choice system, it doesn't really punish you for it.
Where Dragon Age, really good RPG, but
terrific RPG.
You had to be careful with how you reacted. Otherwise, you were going to lose characters.
Yeah, that game kind of punishes you if you wanted to play evil. And the same can kind of be said for Fallout 3. Some of your evil actions would punish you, like, say, blowing up Megaton. Awesome, but now you have one less area to go to buy items and go and get side quests. And that's what I love about it. It's like you get your Paragon, which is good, and your Renegade, which is bad.
The only thing it really affects is your chances at a relationship with certain characters, and your appearance to a little T.
But even in that appearance, you can fix that, with the medical station.
Two things will change. You'll have scars and red eyes. Or if you want, you could just have the red eyes. It's up to you.
Yeah. So, it's just this choice system. I feel like BioWare is doing it the best out of everybody. I like how you talk to someone, you get your little option wheel, choose your option, and it'll go into a cutscene of the 2 characters talking and seeing the outcome of it.
And I also like the fact that you don't have to guess like what choice is going to be the good one and the bad one. You know, like, okay, if it's the choice in the right-hand corner, it's good. If it's down here in the bottom of it, it's the bad one. The middle is intermediate, and then you have a couple of other options that just kind of give you a little more info.
And another thing that's good about the blue and the red options, that both of them will get it done. Will solve the situation, just in different ways. Because, and sometimes in games when you get that kind of option, if you choose the bad option, it usually is really negative towards your character and to your development as a character, where where the game will punish you for it.
Yeah,
this game doesn't really punish you for it.
So they did that very well.
It also opens up a lot of replay value. I've done 2 playthroughs on Mass Effect 1 and 2 just to see how my Paragon and Renegades would differ, how those would change the story, and it's a lot of fun. I've gotten a good 60 hours out of this game, and how often can you say that you buy a game and you can get 60 hours out of it? Not very often. Or even rarer is that you buy a game, finish it, and immediately want to play it again and see how those choices how making a different choice will affect it.
Okay, on to another subject about this. Another thing they improved on? The comedy. There's a lot of funny stuff in here, too. Just walking around places, you'll hear side conversations people are having, and sometimes they are actually worth stopping and listening to.
Yeah, and, name a Final Fantasy that had that. None.
Well, 9 did a little bit, but...
that's true.
But this one has it down. This is kind of like Overlord status funny.
Yeah, it definitely, it has a lot of that humor that Overlord 1 had.
It's funny to go to a bar where you have 3 different races sitting at the same table, all getting a lap dance by another alien race. So you have one guy who's really enjoying it, one guy who's just sitting there for drinks, and another guy who's questioning, why are we doing this?
Yeah, it's just terrific seeing this melting pot of races and how they are getting along with each other.
It's conversations you would expect to hear. You have one race that's like very allergic because of just how they live. They have to live in full body suits. So you go to one place and you hear a human talking with one of these races, and he's going, well, why are you dating a human? That's troubling. It's going to be trouble for you.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
It's just very realistic, too. And
Yeah.
a lot of the characters add a lot of comedy to it, because each one has a very unique personality, and some of them are pretty hilarious.
Well, we're kind of getting a little far into this video. I don't know what else we could possibly say about these games to convince you to play it. If you have not played them, it is totally worth your time and money to play.
Now, and on a final note, American RPGs right now, I think, are beating out the Japanese ones.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. If any of you guys are excited for Final Fantasy 13,
I hate you.
You're part of the problem. Odin turns into a freaking horse? Are you joking me? Shiva turns into a motorcycle? What? What's happened? What is going on with the JRPGs?
They're just running short on ideas. Honestly, I would rather them just stick to remaking games like 7 than playing that one.
My feelings on Square Enix is that Square Enix is the abusive husband, and I'm the wife always going back thinking things will be better. They're not. I'm not excited for 13. Unfortunately, I'll buy it.
We will, just because it's Final Fantasy, we have to.
So you'll get our rant on that when we get it. Unfortunately, I gotta drop $60 just to find out how much the game sucks. And it's gonna suck.
I'm betting so too.
That Final Fantasy 13 is what I'm gonna call fisting of the year. It's going to be fisting my wallet into submission. Well, this video's going on for a little too long, so...
So thank you for listening.
Thanks for tuning in, and take care.